Всем привет! От большинства спортсменов, которые хотят заниматься спортом и учиться в Америке или Европе, мы получаем ряд каких-то часто задаваемых вопросов. То есть это такие вопросы, которые большинство семей хотят спросить у зарубежных тренеров или учебных заведений. И раз уж мы в любом случае эти вопросы будем спрашивать, то мы решили перевести это общение в формат нашего YouTube-канала, где мы будем на видео записывать, как мы общаемся с тренерами или представителями учебных заведений в Америке или Европе, спрашивая ваши самые распространенные вопросы. И первое подобное видео у нас будет с Американской академией Combine Academy. Это школа, которая очень известна своей спортивной программой. Они находятся в штате Северная Каролина. Их баскетбольная команда 14-я в США, то есть это супер высокий уровень. Также они известны своими спортивными командами по европейскому футболу, по бейсболу и по гольфу. И мы спросим ваши самые распространенные вопросы. На что они смотрят при выборе иностранных спортсменов, как выглядит их тренировочный процесс и как они помогают спортсменам с их дальнейшим продвижением в университеты. Мы пообщаемся с генеральным менеджером академии Мэттом Вильямсоном и спросим все эти вопросы. Matt, we wanted to do an interview with your academy because we think that Combine currently is one of the best athletic programs for high schools in US, at least for basketball, soccer, baseball, the sports you have. First of all, I want to know more about the story of your program, how you, from 2012, you started, right? I saw on the website. How from 2012 in 8 years you basically built your program from zero to one of the leading athletic high schools in US?
The first thing it starts with, and first off, thank you for having me for this. It starts with a lot of hard work to build it in a short amount of time. It's the same exact attitude we actually want all our players have too. You know, it doesn't matter where our players start, we want them to work hard to achieve everything that they're doing too. We started, like you said, in 2012 as a basketball training company, and we had a post-grad program as well. And we quickly realized we wanted to do everything the right way. And we wanted to be able to offer multiple sports in a great academic environment for high school kids. And we wanted to work with kids from all around the world as well, too. So we spent 2 years getting state registered North Carolina Department of Non-Public Education. We built our curriculum and got nationally accredited. And then the biggest part of it is we got full NCAA approval as well. Mm-hmm. Once we got that in place to get the high school started, we then found a beautiful property in Lincolnton, North Carolina, 43 acres of land, 80,000 square feet of facilities, and we just started building the entire campus from basketball gyms to weight rooms, indoor batting cages, cafeterias, classrooms. We have 8 different dormitories on campus now. We built baseball fields, we're building soccer fields. We really built everything up. And as we're going through that process of building the campus, we also went through the I-17 application, which is with Custom and Immigration Enforcement that gets us I-20 status for international students. So we just got approved for that a little over a year ago. With that approval, we expanded to multiple sports. Basketball has always been our background. Like you said, it's one of the top high school programs in the entire country. We have multiple 4 or 5-star players. We've got, I believe this coming year, we're already ranked 14th in the country coming in out of over 20,000 schools. But it's not just basketball anymore. We're seeing the same amount of success as we started a baseball program, and they have tons of Division I talent on that team and potential MLB draft picks. And then with soccer, we hired Bob Riasso, who is a legendary college soccer coach over here, was a head coach at Rutgers, Division I school out of New Jersey for 29 years. He's sent countless guys to play professionally, whether it's in the US or over in Europe, and he started our soccer program as well. So building up that soccer program, and then in addition to soccer, adding golf as well, has really expanded our school into becoming a multi-sport campus that really can help any athlete from 9th grade through post-grad as well.
Matt, I understand that in order to build such a strong team that it will be, for example, for basketball, 14th in the country, you need to have very strong recruitment. You need to recruit very good players in order for them to participate on such high level. How do you recruit players? For example, why some high level player will come to Combine and not to, I don't know, Oak Hill, Montworth, IMG, or some other top basketball program of the States?
I'd come to Combine over Oak Hill because we beat them last year to start the year. But no, Oak Hill and IMG, Mount Vernon, they're tremendous programs. They're an amazing environments. They have tradition and history that we still don't have, that we're still trying to build and try to strive for that as well. But it's not about the tradition. It's not about the facilities. It's not about, IMG's located on the beach in Bradenton, Florida. It's beautiful down there. But beautiful campus doesn't mean you're going to win games. Hard work means you're going to win games, and having the right coaches and the right players. And that's one thing that we've realized we've done. We hired Bob Riasso for soccer, 29 years coaching Division I college soccer. We hired Jeff McGinnis to coach our basketball team. Jeff McGinnis played 12 years in the NBA. He was one of the top players in North Carolina basketball history. He actually played at Oak Hill for 2 years as well, too. So we realized if we provide the right resources, but we provide the right people, and you know this as well as anybody, it's the coaches and the people training you as an athlete that you have to believe that they're doing what's best for you and really trying to look out for you and get you better. We have tremendous people in place at Combine Academy that really helps us. And then the system we put together that combines academics and athletics allows our kids to play a lot of games, but it allows them to train on a daily basis as well too, where they're getting to train 3-4 times a day. They have unlimited access to facilities, to gyms, to weight rooms. So we really get to see our kids get truly better throughout the year.
Matt, and how do you place kids to colleges? Because I saw on your website that you have a few hundred placements of the kids to a different level of colleges. And in what sense Combine helps to the kids with placements? And is it only high-level athletes, or you help basically different kids?
That's a fantastic question. At the end of the day, these kids, they're coming here, they're going to have a great experience. They're going to train and they're going to get better, and we're going to get them exposure, but their goal is to make it to college. So what we do that's different than everyone else, we win a lot of games, but we don't care too much about if we win or lose, because that's not what's important. The most important thing is what you said, getting a kid recruited to the college level. So we attack this in multiple ways. The first thing that we look at, obviously, by hiring Jeff McGinnis, a guy that spent 12 years in the NBA, he has an unlimited number of college contacts. Between our assistant coaches, myself, I spent 7 years coaching at the college level. Coach Riasso for soccer spent 29 years at the college level. We know a ton of college coaches. So the first way is we just use our natural network of coaches that we know to, promote our players and get them out there. Yeah. But then we also look into trying to expand off that as well. We have weekly meetings with our players, so we can talk to them about, what they're looking for in a college, what level they think they're going to, who's interested in them. But then we really attack this by, we make recruiting profiles for all our players. So it has all their information from their height, their weight, what level we think they can play at. It has their academic information in there. We talk about their strengths, their weaknesses, and then we film every single game. So even the link to your top 2 or 3 games is put on this recruiting profile. And then we make highlights for our players 3 times a year. So we'll also attach your updated highlight information as well. And that gets sent out to every college coach in the country, roughly every week to 2 weeks. So whether it's through our contact or through us promoting people through social media or through emails on our recruiting profiles, we're able to get our players' information out there to every single coach in the country. Mm-hmm. We work really diligently on it. Our assistant coaches spend a lot of time in the office making phone calls to get our kids recruited. It's not just the high-level players, like you said. It's every kid. I'm just as happy getting a kid placed, at Duke as we are about getting a kid placed at a local Division II or Division III school. At the end of the day, it's not necessarily about who can go the highest. It's about finding the best fit and changing a kid's life. Mm-hmm. So a kid signing with a local Division II school may not seem like breaking news to everybody in the world, but to that kid, it's the happiest day of his life so far. So that's very important to us. We look past just what's cool and what's, going to get us the most attention, and we focus on what is truly needed for the kids.
Matt, can you also tell us a bit more about soccer in your academy and soccer about US in general? Because we get more and more people who are at least interested of sending their kid to the States. As we all know, soccer is growing in America, but still it's not level is not comparable to Spain, England, and so on. So can you tell us a bit more about what European kid can expect soccer-wise in the States, in your academy, and how serious is the level of the soccer in America in general?
That's a great question. So it's very serious. And I love that you mentioned what European kids can expect, because the model that we're going with soccer is not the US model of what it has been. Because like you said, soccer is a lot stronger in other countries. What we're looking at doing is truly trying to bring in more of a European model to soccer. Very similar to where you see kids in Europe, whether they're 14, 15, 16 years old, where they go start working with club teams. Even they may be on the B team or C team already, but where they really stop school, but they go work with club teams. We're trying to get a very similar model to that. They're still going to be in classes, but we want these kids training 3 times a day. We want them to have individual workouts. We want them to have skill workouts, strength and conditioning workouts, and then team practices to where they're getting trained 5-6 hours a day. The beautiful part about if you came over here to play soccer, we actually have 2 different options you kind of go through. So when you're in Europe, really the only options, once you're playing right now is to sign with a club team. So what we're trying to do is look at it from twofold. US has the college system where we're able to send kids to college where they can play on scholarship and play at the collegiate level. However, we're not just looking at that. We also want to provide an opportunity for them to be seen by club teams all throughout the world as well too. So we're making sure not only our soccer players are getting trained, we're making sure the recruitment goes to colleges, but also professional club teams as well, because we want them to have both options to where they can choose which path that they want to head to.
And the last question I have that might seem a bit strange to you, but a lot of parents, when they talk to us, they have such kind of thought that if you're an international athlete, no one basically cares about you in the States, and Americans mostly worried only about American student athletes. What you would say about this? Is there any difference for the coaches in your school, in States in general, if it's American kid or if it's international kid? Or it's only up to the skill of the player and basically nothing else?
It's kind of what you said there at the end, but no, we care about all our kids the same. I don't care if they're from right here in North Carolina or if they're from Japan or from Russia or from Spain or Portugal. It doesn't make any difference to me where they're from. At the end of the day, they're just a kid with a dream. They want to work hard. They want to get promoted to the next level. So it doesn't matter where they're from. It does come down to a few things. Like you said, the skill level does help. But again, what I mentioned about placing kids high level or going D2, that doesn't mean too much to us either. We're here to help kids achieve their goals. So whether it's a high D1 player, a D2 player, D3, it doesn't matter to us. We treat every kid the exact same. We want to work with them on a daily basis and we want to promote them. But it also comes down to what you mentioned. The skill level matters, but to me, the most important part is being a true student athlete in every aspect of life, whether it's on the court, on the soccer field, but also being a true athlete in the classroom and outside of academics and athletics, being a good person. That's what matters most to us. Some of my favorite players that we've ever had in the academy are a lot of our international students. We had a kid about 6 years ago, Yuri Spahn, that came from Slovenia. Yuri is one of the nicest kids I've ever met in my life, one of the smartest kids. I love having that kid part of the academy. He instantly, I considered him part of my family the second week after knowing him for 2 weeks. So no, it doesn't matter where the kid comes from. We want to help kids reach their goal. That's what we're looking to do at the end of the day. So the kid can be from the middle of Oklahoma in the United States or he can come straight from Moscow, Russia. We're going to treat them like family and help them reach their goal.
Спасибо, что досмотрели это видео до конца. Если у вас есть дополнительные вопросы, которые вы бы хотели, чтобы мы спросили у тренеров или представителей учебных заведений за рубежом, обязательно пишите их в комментариях. В следующих видео при общении уже с другими командами мы будем эти вопросы спрашивать. Обязательно подпишитесь на наш канал, чтобы быть в курсе и других полезных видео по теме обучения за рубежом для спортсменов. И увидимся с вами в следующих видео.